Hey guys, it's Shiloh, and it is once again my turn to play The Dream Machine, Part 2. This is still Chapter 1. So if I remember correctly, I need to find some sort of tool so that I can lift this floorboard. And then I also need to find out my address so that I can call the people that sold the house to me and get the key. So I think the only place I haven't been is the door. Ooh, I can use the entry phone. Let's do that. Hello? Anyone there? Nope, nobody. Let's open the door. Jeez, that's a interesting noise. Have you called the caretaker? I'm just gonna check if the furniture has arrived. Call the caretaker first. I don't want to be alone when he comes with the spare key. Sure thing, the movers can wait. Thanks, darling. Oh, okay. Okay, now I need to figure out my address, though. It contains blankets. I think this box contains Christmas decorations. These two contain things for the hallway. A fraction of Alicia's shoe collection. Where would I have written my address down? No lights. What does this button do? No lights. Let's look in this box again. This is the one that had the telephone in it. I see a lot of books. No address. See these things? I still don't know what these are. They're so weird looking. No address, though. Where would I have written down my new address? Let's check this box. Student literature. No lights. eBay purchases. I can't check that for an address. Wouldn't that have an address on it? My address? What have I not checked? Ooh, examine the envelope. Oh, there we go. Mr. and Mrs. Neff, 12 DuPont Crest, Bramford, SK. That's gotta be my address. Now I can call. Use telephone. Call Prosser and Inkovich. Prosser and Inkovich, how may I help you? Yeah, hi, it's Victor Neff again. I have another question for you. Hello again, Mr. Neff. How can I help you this time? I'm trying to reach the caretaker still. You wouldn't happen to have his number, would you? What's the address of the building? 12 DuPont Crest. That's the old building behind Esper Square, right? I think so. We're new in town, so I don't know where everything is just yet. Let's see here. I'm not finding any caretaker at that address. Okay, but this guy has my key. You wouldn't happen to know his name, would you? Okay, if any name is gonna end with Orton, I would think Norton. That's just my first thought. It might have been. I was really tired last night, though. No, I'm drawing a blank with Norton. Could it have been something else? He might have said Morton? I'm pretty sure that's what he said. I have a Felix Morton here, but he's actually listed as your landlord, not the caretaker. That's why I couldn't find him. Would you like his number instead? Yeah, I suppose it must be the same guy. Then his number is 555-647533. Right, got it. Was there anything else you needed? What kind of services does your company provide, as long as I have you on the phone? Our main service is that of a realtor, but we also extend a bit beyond that. We basically connect people looking for apartments with people who have apartments to rent or sell. But if you ever need help with things like renting furniture or negotiating leases, we also provide those types of services. Did that answer your question? Thanks, that's good to know. Was that all? Yeah, that's all. Thank you. No problem. Goodbye. Bye. Such a nice conversation. Let's go tell Alicia. Have you managed to get hold of the caretaker? Yeah, I have his number. I'm about to call him right now. Good, you do that, honey. Let's ask her about the note again, though. Take a look at the note again. Let me see. I think it might be a hoax. It sounds too good to be true otherwise. Like something you'd read in a crime novel. He probably left us a present under the floorboards and wanted to rile us up a bit before we found it. Doesn't the fact that somebody's tried to destroy the note lend it some credence? Nah, he probably did that himself to make it seem more mysterious. He seems to have made sure we can read the important parts at least. Either way, I think we should check what's under the floorboards in the bedroom. You do that, honey. Yeah, I already did that though. I need some sort of tool. All I have is the letters, the envelope, and the other letter. And the baby oil. Still don't know what to use the baby oil for, but let's call Mr. Morton. Morton here. Hello, this is Victor Neff from the second floor. The couple you let in yesterday. Yes, hello, Mr. Neff. Are you settling in all right? Everything is fine, thanks. But I was just wondering when you'd be around to deliver the spare key you mentioned last night. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd all but forgotten about that. Heh, I figured you might have. I'll be right up. Thanks. Alright. So... now I just have to wait for him. Can I use the baby oil with the floorboard? Okay. It was just an idea. Examine the ventilation grate. It's just an old ventilation grate. Yeah, that's what I figured. Let's go tell Alicia, though. Have you managed to get hold of the caretaker? Yeah, I just got off the phone with him. Oh, that must be him at the door then. That was very quick. Open door. Oh, jeez. Hello again, Mr. Neff. Here's the spare key. Thanks. Is the apartment in order? Everything seems fine. Just tell me if you need help with anything. Was that all? What should I call you? Are you the caretaker or the landlord? Prosser and Inkovich didn't have you listed as the caretaker. I can see how that would be confusing. My family's owned the house for generations. I rent out the apartments I don't need and try to take care of the estate as best that I can, making me both the caretaker and your landlord. I see. If I need you again, where do I find you? I have an office downstairs. Didn't you see it when you arrived? I guess I was too tired. Just ring the doorbell. I live and work there, so I'm there at all times. You live in your office? The office is just the front room. My apartment extends further in. You had me worried there for a second. That's all for now. Then I'll head downstairs. Don't be shy if you need me. Thanks. Alright. Time to see what the furniture movers are up to. Yeah, because if I get more furniture, I might have some sort of tool to open that floorboard with. Really want to know what's under there. Oh, okay. Closet door. Let's look at this box. I think this box contains fire equipment. Closet door is locked. There's an elevator. Left apartment door. And the stairwell. The stairwell's all blocked off. The stairwell seems to have been sealed off. Yeah, that's what I just said. Judging by the warning tape, I'd say it's probably hazardous. Yeah, probably. Let's ring the doorbell. See our neighbors. Just a moment, dear. I'll be right with you. Aw, she sounds sweet. Oh god, everybody in this game is terrifying. Yes? Hello, ma'am. My name's Victor Neff. My wife and I just moved in next door to you. I just thought I'd stop by and introduce myself. Why, hello there, young fella. I'm Eddie Jones, or Edie Jones. I'm the resident senior in this house. You live here by yourself? Yes, I do. It's just me and my memories now. I used to have a husband, but he went the way of mortal men. Jeez. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. I didn't care for him much anyway. Seems like a lovely lady. There was only room for one woman in his life, and she wasn't me, if you know what I mean. Oh, Jeez, that's sad. Did you say your name's Victor Neff? Like the actor? Just like the actor, but he lived before my time, though. But you two must be related, surely. No relation, I'm afraid. I've never seen any of his movies either, to be honest. Ah, you're missing out. He had a knack for playing brutes. He used to be a boxer, you see. Then I assure you our similarities end with our names. You seem like such a polite young man, unlike the caretaker here. Mr. Morton? Yeah, that's the one. You don't like him? How could I? He tried to get me evicted as soon as his father died. Fortunately, I've got connections with the housing board in this town. That's not good. What do you know about him? As much as I care to. I've lived here long enough to see him grow up. I knew his father quite well. He was the caretaker prior to little Felix, a wonderful man. Unfortunately, the apple fell far from the tree in this case. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I'm being rude to my guests. A game of bridge between three is, after all, not a game of bridge at all. See you later then, Mrs. Jones. Just call me Eddie. Everybody does. Bye then, Eddie. Goodbye, dear. Aw, I have a nice neighbor, even if her face is a little bit scary. Let's call the elevator. Oh, that's great. Ah, I thought that might happen. I seem to be having some problem with the elevator. The door jams every once in a while. You'd be well advised to keep some sort of grease product handy. I'd lend you some butter, but I'm all out, I'm afraid. You put butter on the elevator doors to open them? That's alright, I'll probably be able to find something. Yeah, like the baby oil, but I don't trust this elevator at all. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Not at all. I'm having some friends over for bridge, but they're about as fast as glaciers. They probably won't even notice I'm gone for a few minutes. The apartments are fabulous, but these old houses can be a bit creepy. Well, what did you expect from a house built on an Indian burial ground? That doesn't sound good. I don't like this place that I moved into. Say what? I'm just joshing you, son. I still don't like this place. It's founded on bedrock, sturdy as can be. You couldn't bury someone here unless they got run over by a steamroller. Thanks for that image in my head. I'm sorry if the sound disturbed you, ma'am. I'll leave you in peace now. See you later then, Eddie. Goodbye, dear. Ah, such scary faces. Put the baby oil on the elevator. Yeah, 'cause that's really safe. Okay, so I'm on the second floor. Let's examine keyhole. That's weird. Access to the basement requires a key. No, don't go out. Check out the third floor. Need some more of my lovely neighbors. There's a mop. I can't do anything with the mop. Fire equipment, locked door, ring doorbell. Hello? Anybody home? No? That wouldn't be very polite. I don't want to upset our new neighbors. Okay, I'm gonna go ring this doorbell. Hello? Hello? Nobody's home. First floor it is. Oh, this looks nice. This must be where Mr. Morton is. Yeah, with his lovely, terrifying face. Examine key. That must be the key to Mr. Morton's office. I like his music though. Ink pad. Compared to the rest of Mr. Morton's office, the ink pad looks relatively new. An old wooden stamp. Let's talk to him. Hello again, Mr. Neff. Did you require anything else? So your family owns this building? That's right. My great-grandfather built this house back in the mid-19th century. It's gone from generation to generation since then. I'm the last in the line. Was there anything else? What can you tell me about the estate? My great-grandfather used most of it for his research. He was one of the first to study and try to remedy sleeping disorders. Interesting, because I just had a really weird dream in the last episode. The patients would live in wards upstairs while undergoing treatments. But as funding became an issue, he sectioned off more and more of it as apartments. In the end, this office in the back room was all that remained. That's odd. What can you tell me about the other inhabitants? They keep to themselves mostly. It's a pretty quiet house, and that's the way I like it. Apart from you and me, there are 3 other inhabitants in the estate. On the top floor is Mr. Willard. He doesn't get out much due to his disability. Next to him lives Miss Theed. She works as a night nurse at the Abbey Hospital. Oh, and I was just ringing her doorbell. Whoops. She's asleep during the day, so I rarely see her. Next to you we have Mrs. Jones, a widow since a few years back. I'm afraid her age is starting to get the better of her. But on a good day, she's still quite lucid. Okay, nothing else now. I'm here if you need me. Let's see if the movers are here. There we go. Ooh, I can check the mail. Mrs. Willard, T. Brittle, E. Jones, and F. Morton. Let's look at all of them. Oh, it just says the names. Oh, okay. It says T. Brittle, but I think this is ours now. Okay. Talk to mover. Are you Victor Neff? Yeah, that's me. We've got your sofa here, sir. Ready and delivered. So if you just sign the receipt right here, I'll leave it in your hands. Yeah, it's kind of blocking the entrance, and you have to deliver it to our apartment. It says nothing about an apartment delivery in the contract, sir. We deliver door to door like it says right here. And technically speaking, the sofa has been delivered to a door. Yeah, okay, but it's blocking the door. I don't buy that for a second. I think you managed to get our sofa stuck in the doorway. And since you can't get it free, you're just gonna leave it there? You call it stuck, I say it's delivered. You're a terrible delivery man. Sir, you're a jerk. When did you stop caring about your job? Helping people move their furniture is my greatest passion, sir. I'm sure it is, dude. Sure. Yeah, man, help me out. I've got a pregnant wife upstairs. Well, I guess I could give you this complimentary crowbar. Ooh, yay, I can get a crowbar. I'm sure a big guy like you will be able to pry that sofa free in no time. I doubt it. You're the one that got it stuck, and look how much bigger you are than me. Provided that you sign the receipt, of course. Your moving firm is by far the worst I've ever employed. A thorough checkup is always recommended before employing someone's services, sir. You are so rude. Fine, I'll sign it. I'm glad you see reason, sir. I don't see reason, I just don't see a reason to keep arguing with you about it. But, I mean, at least I have a crowbar, so I can get under the floorboard now. You haven't heard the last of this. Signed and delivered. Personally, I consider this a job well done. I consider your opinions to be crap. I'm sure you do. Okay, the sofa is blocking the entrance. It seems to be permanently stuck. Use the crowbar with the sofa. There's no way I'll get this sofa free. So the sofa's just stuck now. My sofa is stuck in a doorway. That's nice. That's... okay. Well, we're gonna go back upstairs since clearly I'm not getting outside anytime soon. Second floor. Let's go home. That's still a very terrifying squeaking noise. Let's go see what's under this floorboard. Crowbar. With the floorboard. The crowbar snapped in half. I shouldn't be that surprised about that. It's not even metal. Good thing I managed to get the board up before it broke. Examine hole. What is this? Ooh, it's a puzzle. Okay, I can do this. Examine resistor. The circuit board has a lot of resistors on it, but I can't recall what a resistor does exactly. Does it increase or decrease the current running through it? Examine machine. This device seems to be where the current ends up. I have no idea what it does. Okay, I can figure this out. Let's... I just have to turn them until they all match, right? Shouldn't be... I'm gonna say it shouldn't be too hard, and then I'm gonna get stuck. I can already see it happening. So I need... that. And that. Okay. Has a lot of resistors on it. Same thing for each of them. Can I do this though? Can I keep them from going to the resistors? Does that change anything at all? Whoa, that did something. Okay. So if it... do they light up anymore? Nope. So I think I need it to be not going to the resistors, correct? I need these connected and not going to the resistors because the resistors are taking their power away. Right? But that doesn't change anything. So it goes there. Examine this. I think the current enters through here. Yes, I would guess that as well. Some kind of fuse. This device measures the current running through it. Can't I follow these wires to see where they're going? Ooh, I did it. I broke the fuse. That seems to have overloaded the fuse. It was probably designed to blow before anything else could happen. Maybe I can bypass it somehow. How? Remove the burned fuse. The fuse is useless now, I'll throw it away. Can I put the key in there? I'm gonna blow the house up. That seems to have been too much power for the machine to handle. It's completely burned out. I wonder what it operated. Did I break it? Oh! Is that a camera? What was that? I thought I heard some kind of noise. I don't know, really. I did what the note said and found a circuit under the floorboard. After I tampered with the circuit, the painting flew up. What's that behind the painting, then? I'm not sure. Looks like a camera. Yeah, it is a camera. Somebody was watching me sleep and experimenting on my dreams. So what is it? Somebody put a camera behind the painting pointing straight at the bed. A camera? You mean somebody was peeping on us while we slept? It certainly seems that way. Who would do such a thing? I don't know. I don't think it was any one of the neighbors. I mean, if they were taping their sexual conquests, I think they would have had the camera in a more obvious spot. I would say Mr. Morton, personally. I was just about to say that. He does seem like the likely culprit. After all, he had free access to this apartment. And if it was Mr. Morton, that means he found the note left by the previous tenant and tried to destroy it. That makes sense. I told you I got a creepy vibe from the guy. It has to be Morton. He's trying to fulfill some kind of perverted fantasy peeping on us. I feel so violated, Victor. I think we should call the police immediately. What do you think? I'm not gonna go beat the snot out of him. Oh, I'm so torn. I'm gonna go down and make sure he doesn't destroy any evidence, or make sure he doesn't get away before the police arrive. Evidence. That's important. By now he's probably noticed that we've discovered what he's up to. I'll just go down and keep an eye on him until the police get here. That sounds like a good idea. We have to make sure he doesn't get away with this. I'll call the police in the meantime. I mean, the camera is evidence, but still, I want to make sure I have all the evidence I can get. And if it's not Mr. Morton, then I want to be able to, you know, still have that evidence, I guess. Elevator. First floor. I still hate this elevator. The window's closed. Look through the window. Yeah, can I have the key? I'm gonna need something to reach that key, aren't I? Ring the doorbell. I can hear him moving in there. I have to get in and make sure he doesn't tamper with the evidence linking him to the camera. But the door is locked. Let's peek through the keyhole. I think I see a gramophone on the far side of the room. No, wait, go back to the door. The door is locked. Let's listen. Strange music is playing on the other side of this door. Can I force the door open? I dislocate my shoulder doing that. There's got to be another way in. What can I use to get in, though? Hey, mover, can I have this coat hanger? Mr. Morton, an elderly, shifty-looking fellow? He is shifty-looking. Everybody in this game is shifty-looking. The sofa's still blocking the entrance. Nobody's coming in or out of this place. That's at least a good thing. Now I can use the coat hanger to get the key to get in the door to go find this creep. Open the door. Oh wait, no, I have to get the key first. Look through the window. Use the coat hanger to get the key. Thank you. And use the key on the door. End chapter 1. Mr. Morton, I know you're in here. We found your camera. My wife's upstairs calling the police. They'll be here any minute. Chapter 2, The Little Man Who Wasn't There. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this episode here, and it's time for you to go play. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.